Have you ever noticed that when someone is about to speak and share some very important information, just before they utter a word, there's a pregnant pause, a hush, a silence that everyone is aware of? Well, something like that happened in heaven, but it wasn't just for a few seconds or even minutes. It was for half an hour. And it's not something we should just gloss over or ignore. So let's talk about it. We pick up the narrative in Revelation, chapter 8, verses 1 to 5. When the seventh seal was opened, heaven fell silent for about half an hour, and angels were prepared to their trumpets. The prayers of all the saints ascended as incense before God, with the smoke rising from it. And the beast and the earth were given a brief respite from the judgment of the previous 6 seals. And John, the author, was somehow able to see this scene. Then the 7 angels sounded their trumpets. And as the first angel sounded his trumpet, hail and fire followed by thunder and lightning flashed across the sky and fell to the earth. And I saw 7 mighty angels who were sent out to sound the trumpets. Now, these opening verses of Revelation chapter 8 are rich with symbolism. We have seals, trumpets, incense, and more. These are not just random things. They all have meaning. And if we want to understand what's happening here, we must pay attention to the details. First, let's focus on the silence. For half an hour, an eerie quietness fell over heaven. It's almost as if everyone was holding their breath, waiting for something significant to occur. This silence is deafening. And it reminds me of those moments before a major announcement or a life-changing event. You can feel the tension in the air, can't you? The silence is not just the absence of sound, but it's a presence in itself, a harbinger of what's to come. What was happening during this half hour? Verse 4 provides an answer. The prayers of all the saints ascended as incense before God. Picture this. The prayers of believers from all over the world, throughout history, rising up like a sweet fragrance to the Lord. Your prayers and my prayers, they become a pleasing aroma to God. But then, suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. Verse 5 describes the dramatic moment when the 7 angels sounded their trumpets. As the first angel sounded his trumpet, hail and fire followed by thunder and lightning flashed across the sky and fell to the earth. It's a vivid imagery, isn't it? It's a sudden burst of activity after a long period of stillness. It's just as a calm before the storm, there's a quiet anticipation, followed by a release of pent-up energy. Friends, this imagery tells us that God is in control. He sees the prayers of his people, and he acts. He is the God who hears and responds. He is the God who sees and intervenes. The silence wasn't just a lull in the action. It was a time of preparation, a moment of expectation. It was a silence that fell so that heaven could open, so that God could act, so that prayers could be answered. In the midst of life's chaos, may we learn to pause and pray, to wait in expectant silence, knowing that with God, the waiting is always worth it. Until next time, God bless you, and remember, he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion.